I'm Tasha Mitchell with Choctaw Nation Project Empower, and this is Consuelo Splon with Victim Services. And with our programs, we fall under outreach services, and we provide services to victims of domestic violence, sexual assault, and stalking. Project Empower offers transitional housing to any victim of domestic violence, sexual assault, or stalking, as long as there is a Native American residing in that home.
Usually what we find is in a lot of the Native cultures, not just with Choctaw Nation, but nationwide, in a lot of the Native American communities, we see a lot of impoverished communities. We also see a lot of undereducated communities, which doesn't necessarily lead to domestic violence, but it can be a contributing factor to helping domestic violence. Also, we have a lot of areas that are underserved, underpopulated as far as resources. So we often find a lot of families who have nowhere to go and no services available to them to be able to utilize those opportunities to leave a violent home.
October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. So we started 3 years ago with this walk in order to bring education and awareness regarding domestic violence to our community and to our tribal members. To educate I would say not just our younger generation, but everyone in our communities, especially our tribal communities, on the dangers, the potential signs, and just the overall dynamics of domestic violence.
Also, it's given the opportunity to the community to understand what domestic violence is, what domestic violence looks like. Sometimes families or individuals who are involved in a violent relationship or in a violent home don't realize that they are in midst of domestic violence. Usually we find families who say, I didn't know that that's not normal. So when we bring these awareness events to our community members, we're able to say, hey, this isn't normal. This isn't something that should be happening within our homes. And also, it's to let the community know that we shouldn't allow it to continue, that we should stand up against perpetrators, keep them accountable in the justice system, and then also provide those support services to our families. With the Choctaw Nation Victims Assistance Program, we're actually housed out of the Choctaw Hugo Tribal Services building, but you can call us toll-free 1-877-285-6893. Usually we have an advocate that can do an intake, schedule appointments with the services we provide. It can be anything from court advocacy while taking someone to court to help them with filing protective orders, custody cases. We're kind of there as a voice sometimes for them, and we pretty much can hold their hand through the entire process. Also directing them to other services within Choctaw Nation that aren't just for victims of domestic violence, but even just for regular community members that maybe they're not aware of. So if there is someone who finds themselves in a domestic violence situation, they can contact our offices at the Choctaw Nation Tribal Services in Hugo. The toll-free number 1-877-285-6893. We have advocates that are able to schedule the intakes with them and help them along the process of anything from court advocacy, filing protective orders, helping them with that, going to custody hearings, whatever it may be involved with domestic violence, we can help them. Transportation, any other type of services. Also getting them involved or connected with some of the services that aren't just for victims of domestic violence, but just general Choctaw Nation services overall.
We would just like to remind everyone that domestic violence can happen to anyone, regardless of your position in the community or the color of your skin or even your gender.
It's always great to speak out, and even if they don't feel like they have a voice, if they just get connected with some of those services and some of the resources, those services and resources can be the voice that they need for that time. And like Tasha said, with domestic violence, anyone can be a victim of domestic violence, no matter the age, no matter the race, no matter the gender, no matter the ethnicity, no matter the socioeconomic stature of that person. It affects everyone. And even if you're not involved and you aren't a part of a violent relationship, understand that these also impact us as a community when taxpayers' money go to services and the justice system. So I mean, it does take us all to be a part of that.